because they've gone through it or they've experienced someone else going through it. There is hierarchies. You as the new initiate, you act a certain way so that you won't disappoint your dean. Absolutely, there's a hierarchy. That's why I tell younger people to join these organizations. I don't know how it is in Jack and Jill, but I'm pretty sure it's similar. There are people that hold you accountable for your behavior. I'm not trying to push an agenda here. I'm just saying, man, the sisterhood is real if you join the Divine Nine or Jack and Jill or some other group.
Hierarchy is a man and not a woman, sir.
We're talking about sisterhood.
Go ahead, Precious.
Well, I was going to say, those sisterhoods are under structure. You have women out here creating sisterhoods and chaos. You know what I mean? They're like someone said earlier, they're twerking on the Jeep. They're, out here, twerking everywhere. I mean, twerk is just, you don't have the two-step no more. It's a twerk. I just don't understand. But they're just chaotic. There is no order. And they think that that's the right way. That's the right road to travel. And it's like they're beyond reproof. They're beyond anyone that can tell them anything. But the main thing that I wanted to say was a lot of young women, like you keep saying young, like every time you give your spill chaotic, you're like to the 16, 17, 18.
Yeah.
These
wasn't that shit creepy?
No, it's not creepy.
These young
creepy,
kids,
bro.
No, it's not
young
creepy.
kids are into media, social media, YouTube. So if you have a platform and you know better, you should do better. And that's what should be, pumped into their streams. But again, the Love and Basketball, the Ratchet TV, all that feeds into this fake sisterhood. So now you have mothers who are hurting children. You have fathers who are, leaving the home because women are not orderly. So if you have the platform, make a difference in the platform.
And may I ask a question?
Yes.
How come women of other cultures, let's just say Indian women, Asian women, why are they able to be so much more successful than women that are then in sororities, but they don't have any kind of groups that they then need that structure by that requires some form of a sisterhood?
Because they don't hate each other. That's why.
And they were taught differently. They were brought up differently. They were brought up to take care of each other. They were just brought that way and taught and brought up to serve. A lot of women aren't brought up to serve, and so their sisterhood is not serving. Their sisterhood is being against the man. Their sisterhood is I don't need a man. Mm-hmm. People in them other countries, you'll never hear them say I don't need a man. Right. they will not say that. They'll do everything to cater to their man.
Yeah, and it's funny because honestly, the only two cultures or the only two groups of women that I see that are in sororities are white women and black women, and both of them are at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to success in their marriages and in their households.
I want to get to Simply real quick. Go ahead, Simply.
Other cultures do have it.
Do they? Like what? And I could be wrong. I'm just curious.
They have families.
Can I?
Hold on, let me get Simply.
Go Simply.
Okay. They have it within their, like you said, community. Usually religion plays a large thing. So like the synagogue, the women in the synagogue would meet.
But they're still under the leadership of men.
Right, but there's still a bond.
But that's not a sorority. That's different.
No, it's not a sorority. But I'm saying like women in other cultures, we do have that. It's just not called it's not a sorority. It's based around our religion, our culture, and our beliefs.
Led by who?
I mean, yeah, it's led by men. Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Sororities are literally, they were founded up under like the men, like the fraternities. There were sororities came.
Well, I don't know the history of a sorority, but I know that
like Kappas found like the AKAs are little sisters to like every fraternity has a little sister sorority. Like they're founded up under each other.
But I think you're missing what the point is. It's like, well, I don't know. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't want to interrupt you.
But like in the religious aspect of it, I think the thing about it is that it's still kind of essentially the same thing. It's just very hush hush. So like if the women want to sit around in the room and talk shit about socks being left on the floor, they do that, but they know that it doesn't leave that room, and that they're at the end of the day they're going to tell them like, you can complain but you're still going to stay married.
Simply.
Well, here's the thing. And I got you, Chaotic. I think that there's good sisterhoods and there's bad sisterhoods, but I think that the foundation of it enables bad behavior, which is one of the reasons why I'm not really a fan of sororities, because there is no real leadership, in my opinion, that then requires you to hold yourself to a standard in the things that really matter, such as what it is that you do in your household. You can have all of the power in the world, but if you don't actually, the foundation and the reason why there's such erosion in the Black community is because there is no structure of family. The fastest way to build wealth in a community is to have a strong family household and bond. Now, the other side of it, where there's good sisterhoods, is, so for example, all of the young girls that come up under my family are then trained in a sense without being trained on how it is that they're supposed to move. When everybody is sitting around during Christmas or whatever, so on and so forth, the guys is over there watching football and the women is over there in the kitchen. And they kicking it with them, and they grooming them, and they telling them, hey, this is how you supposed to do this. Hey, go over there and take your father a plate and go and grab that trash over there. And so it's not officially a sisterhood, but it's an environment where there's a level of respect for the women that came before them that is then giving them the game on how it is that they can be successfully married and how they're supposed to operate in their household. That is just a fact. Like when I come in the door, my daughter is like, Dad, you want something to eat? Like, that's just natural of who she is. And it comes from being under her mother and her grandmother and all of that other type of stuff that then shows that same level of respect, because all she's doing is duplicating from what it is that she sees in her environment. So I think that there are good sisterhoods, but I just don't think that it comes under that level of, under those type of environments and structure. Because just because you are successful in society don't mean that your life ain't fucked up. And it's a lot of them chicks. Listen, them AKAs be fucked up. I don't care what y'all say. They be having BBLs. I don't care what y'all loyalty is to them. I don't care what none of that. Some of them is cool. Some of them is dope. And a lot of them chicks is fucked up. They be having good success, like high careers. And I literally was just talking in a room with a few of them, and them hoes is toe up. They lives is fucked up. And just because they put on they clean up their Instagram because they know they got to be required to do that because they can't embarrass the sororities, them hoes' lives is fucked up all the way around. And some of them be licking coochie. That's just real.
Why you say licking coochie like that?